We're now on question 5A, and can I say, it might look complicated, but this is the easiest question on the paper. We're given the figures here, and we're given how to do the calculations here, and then we just need to calculate them. So in 2000, you don't even need to know what it means, you can just do the numbers and it's fine. Anyway, in 2016, we're looking for the gross profit margin. So we're going to take the gross profit figure of 50 and divide it by turnover, which is 75, and then times it by 100. So if we have a look here, 50 divided by 75 times 100, and the answer is 67%. Now, most of the people who got the answer wrong got it because of the rounding. So the answer was 66.67. So you could either go 66.7, a good answer, or I've just rounded it to a whole number of 67%. Think about your rounding. If you're unsure about how to round, ask your teacher, please. Best ask them now because you've done the calculation and it would be lovely to get the full mark for it. So the second calculation we're going to do is the net profit margin for that year. So now we take the net profit figure, 23,000, we divide it by the turnover, 75, and we times that by 100, and here we are. We've got that figure here, and the answer is 31. That again was to do with rounding. It was 30 point something or other, and it needed to be rounded up. If we look at 2017, we go gross profit, 55 divided by 77 times by 100, and we have the answer of 71. This didn't need to be rounding because it was below 0.5, so 71%. And then finally, we have the net profit margin, which is 21 divided by 77 times 100, and the answer is 27. This didn't need rounding up, it was fine. So those are our four answers, 1 point for each. The main issue is rounding. Please ask your teacher if you don't know. In 5C, we're asked a tricky question about providing recommendations to Sam and Drew on how they could improve the gross profit margin, and that is worth 4 marks. Now it's interesting because their gross profit margin has already gone from 67 to 71. They do well, and we've been asked to see can they do better. So I'm starting off by saying how you calculate the gross profit margin. I know they've given it to you in the exam, but I'm just reiterating. Gross profit divided by turnover times 100. So my first point is this. I would recommend that Sam and Drew do not cut their cost of sales any further because they've already fallen from 25 to 22 on increased sales. They've reduced the cost and they need good quality records to maintain sales, so should not look for a lower cost supplier. So they've done that, they've looked for a lower cost supplier, they've improved their gross profit margin, so I'm moving on to another topic. My topic is they should look at boosting the average sales price of the record by putting up the sales price a little on the more desirable records, they could increase the average selling price and therefore increase the GPM. Now, this is worth 4 marks. I've looked at one, recommended what not to do, and recommended 2. Both are linked to the circumstances and particular the financial information. So with that recommendation, you would get 4 marks because it is well linked to the business.